Ladies coming to the scene with the knowledge that's it. Spitting nothing but the facts and it's about to be lit. See, yeah. Yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah. Yeah. Sit back and take a listen, cause the teaching and course, they share a passion and a talent, a human resource. See, yeah. Yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah. Yeah. Empowering ladies with the voice, and it's about to be fire. Did I forget to mention that they're both from GI? Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah.
So before we even get started, we're just going to go right into a video before we even say any other words. Let's go into the video.
Hey, queen, sister.
Girl, you've done it again. You are constantly raising the bar for all of us and doing so flawlessly.
You do know that you're that girl, right?
I hope that when you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, you see how divine you are.
Know that so many people want what you got. You have dreams to fulfill and promises to yourself that you must keep.
I know at times you feel underappreciated and misvalued. Trust me, we've all been there.
So it's necessary that you can count on yourself.
Now, don't go seeking perfection.
Extend yourself a little grace.
Don't be afraid to celebrate the little wins as much as the big ones.
You, Miss Thane, are courageous. You are dynamic. You are principled.
So, baby girl, just remember, respect is a minimum.
There's a sweet justice in knowing that the path you are on was designed for you and you alone.
Doing right by yourself never goes out of style.
Everything about you is majestic and a force to be reckoned with.
Trust me, people are paying attention.
You're special and worthy of praise. Don't shy away from it.
And you don't have to get your groove back because guess what? You never lost it.
It's also important to rest. Make sure your hustle doesn't get in the way of your health. Girl, take care of yourself.
And the next time you want to second guess yourself, don't do it.
So pause for a second right now and relax, relate, release.
You are needed, you are appreciated.
Girl, you make me so proud. And I love you.
Remember,
You are 100%
That queen.
That queen.
I love it. I love it.
What a way to
I love it.
wrap up Women's History Month. You
Yes.
are that girl.
You are that girl.
Cousin, you are that girl.
No, you. It's you. It's really you. It's really you. Well, hey, cousin.
Hey, it's been a minute. It's been
I
a minute.
feel like it has. I just feel like we have been so busy.
Yeah. It's you know what?
We had a lot going on.
We talk all the time. We just haven't talked to our cousins.
Yeah.
Right.
We haven't talked to
You and I.
y'all.
We connect all the
So
time.
how are y'all doing?
Exactly.
And I see some folks checking in. And as you check in, as you know, we always ask, give us some hey cousins in the chat. We'll try to interact with you and say hey cousin back. But if you are checking in with us on this evening, go ahead and say hey cousin in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that we still are capturing your attention. And we got an awesome show today, or awesome topic today, I guess I should say, where we are.
I feel like our
We're
agenda is
celebrating.
packed.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So what are we talking about?
We're celebrating. We're celebrating all this melanin. We're celebrating Black women. We're
Yeah.
celebrating life. We're celebrating success. We're celebrating Black excellence. It's a celebration.
It's a celebration. It's Women's History Month.
Yes.
I know for me and I serve the community through my sorority. It's Sisterhood Month. That's when we celebrate Sisterhood Month. So yeah, it's a lot to celebrate. So today we are talking about women of the movement, baddies, bosses, and beauties.
The
Listen.
beauty standards.
Yes, let me say it one more time. We're talking about women of the movement,
Oh, I got
What's,
somebody at the door. Let me
oh,
mute that.
I was like, you didn't brought in some sound effects tonight. I'm like, what are we doing? That was perfect timing though, because it was like I was just getting ready to go into my. So it was like perfect, like okay, enchanted. Okay, so let me say it one more time. Can you make that happen one more time? Okay, women of the movement.
I wish I could.
Baddies, bosses, and beauties. That's what we're talking about tonight.
Yes.
Women of
Yes.
the movement. So before we go into that, we always have to put out a disclaimer because you know that me and my cousin, we are HR practitioners by trade. That's what we do by day. That's what soaks up all our energy and all our time. That's our 9 to 5. That's how we make our bread and pay our and take care of our families, help to take care of our families. So we just want to say before we move forward, we do not offer legal advice. So the views, the thoughts, and opinions that are expressed here on Her Voice podcast, they're solely our own. That's it's what we think, what we feel, what's going on in our membranes, what we wake up thinking about. It's just our own. And so we do not represent the opinions of any entity whatsoever, with which we have been, which we are now, or which we will be in the future affiliated with. So these are our own express views. We are not here representing anybody but Nikki and Missy. We represent Her Voice.
Let the church say amen.
Yes, yes, yes. And yeah, it's women of the movement, baddies, bosses, and beauties. So where should we start on tonight?
Oh my goodness.
We got to start with what's going on around the history in the making that's happening right now with Ketanji Brown Jackson. What are your thoughts? What comes to your mind when you hear Judge Brown Jackson? What comes to your mind? What have you been thinking? First of all, let me start. Have you been watching the hearings? Have you yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the words that come to mind, grace,
yes,
poised,
yes,
excellence, overqualified,
well qualified, yes,
living legend, okay, boss,
yes,
icon,
yes.
all those things. She
history
just
maker. Yes.
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 I mean, I almost feel like we should be, like, are we worthy of you?
Yes.
Are we worthy of you? And
so
the audacity that's coming out of like all of this. But,
Chauncey is checking in and says passionate. She's passionate. Listen, this woman, I know when she first got the nomination, there was a lot of flack, or what have you, but the way this woman has endured the scrutiny, the questioning.
Let's add that resilience.
Yes. All words that we could describe this woman, and I am just in awe of her. And listen, in her calmness, it's like she's saying a whole lot without saying a whole lot. And that sigh she gave, that pause she gave.
We've all heard that.
Baby, that was a black woman's pause, honey.
That was a black woman's sigh. That was
a black woman, like, in her head, she probably was saying, "Oh, I'm sick of your ass."
Right. But she kept it together. But we've all heard that sigh.
Because she had to. Because that's what we as Black women often we are required to. We're required to keep it together. Because if we veer to the left or we veer to the right, it's an automatic.
Like, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I knew it. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. The questions are so dumb. People look foolish, and I think that it's very telling. And I love her responses. Like, that's not a question for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So you know what I love even more, and I want to get everyone's thoughts on this. So if you're checking in, please, we want to get your thoughts. We want to get your opinions. This is just not, what we feel and what we think. We want to get your opinions as well. But the fact that Cory Booker And if you have not heard about how Cory Booker came to the defense and his display of emotion that he expressed on yesterday, then you are sleeping under a rock. And what I appreciate about, and Cory Booker gets his own flack too. You know, he's been called various things or whatever, or been challenged in his own way by us as a community. But he is a Black man, you know, and the one thing that I appreciate about him is just being her ally in that moment and seeing the need.
Yes.
Let me stand with my sister right here, because he felt her
Yes.
pain.
Yes.
As a Black man, he felt her pain, and let me stand here with my sister.
And we need that. We need those allies.
We need that. We need that for each other. We need that for each other. And so if y'all have not seen the video, I want to take the video. The video that I have is rather long, so I don't think we're going to be able to play it all. So I'm going to show a little bit. I'll probably fast forward through little pieces of it, but I think I want to just show this to show the passion that he displayed in coming to her defense. Ketanji, she's going to get confirmed. We know it. You know, they're giving us,
they're trying to stop it. They can't.
Hard time. They're trying to stop it.
Yeah.
But she's going to be confirmed, and we're going to pray her through that thing, pray her through that confirmation. But I want people to see, I want our audience to see, if they have not seen, how Cory Booker came to this Black woman's defense, and just, it's like he sealed the deal for me.
Yeah.
And so I want y'all
to watch this over and over.
Yeah. Let me cue it up.
Let me sip my tea while we watch.
Yes. And I'm gonna share my screen here. And I just feel like it's such a beautiful moment. It was such a necessary moment. Can you see that?
Yes, we're looking at us.
Okay.
Senators could yell as loud as we want that Venus can't return a serve. We could yell as loud as we want that Beyonce can't sing. We could yell as much as we want that astronaut Mae Jemison didn't
We're
go.
not looking at the video, Nikki. We're looking at StreamYard.
Oh.
They got no.
I'm not sharing.
You're sharing, I think, the different window.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Let me get myself together.
This is COVID life. We do this all the time.
Yeah. Listen, I need my IT team here. Like this, this not my ministry. I got a whole IT team here dedicated for this. Okay, let's see if this works. Aha. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing to prove. As it says in the Bible, let the work I've done speak for me. Well, you have spoken. You started speaking as a little girl, watching that man right there try to raise a family and study law. While your mama supported everybody. You spoke in high school when you started distinguishing yourself. And you know what you said when they told you couldn't go to Harvard? Watch me. I went to law school. I didn't serve on the law review. You did. I didn't clerk at every level of the federal court. You clerked for a Supreme Court justice, one widely respected on both sides, which really shaped you. You left there and you went to private practice. And
listen, running down the accomplishments.
That you had those
in front of everybody.
That working moms have to make, the demands of a private law firm, raising your kids. It just didn't add up. You went before the Senate 3 times in a bipartisan manner. God bless America. We don't do that much stuff bipartisan around here.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
You became a public, talking to the challenges and indignities that are still play until some Hollywood movie finally talked about them and how they were critical for us defying gravity. All of these people loved America. And so you faced insults here that were shocking to me. Well, actually not shocking.
Oh, she's so touched.
You are here because of that kind of love. And nobody's taking this away from me. You got 5 more folk to go through. 5 more. And then you can sit back and let's have all the debates. So I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a well-charted Senate floor because it's not going to stop. They're going to accuse you of this and that. Heck, in honor of your person who shares your birthday, you might be called a communist.
Huh.
But don't worry, my sister. Don't worry.
Okay.
Come on now.
God has got you.
Yes, come on now.
And how do I know that?
Because you're here. Yes.
And I know what it's taken for you to sit in that seat.
Come on.
Harriet Tubman.
Listen, I'm going to stop right there. Because I'll start. But wasn't that powerful?
Listen, I'm tearing up again. I'm tearing up watching her tear up because that to have somebody in your corner like that and you know, it's like he was in her heart. He wasn't just supporting her and standing up for her. He wasn't just running down her accomplishment. He was like, I see your heart.
Yes.
I see we are connected, my sister, and I have you back.
Right.
How powerful is that?
Very, very.
How powerful.
And I just
all these people don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be rough, but I got you.
Right.
I got you.
Listen, I love that.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. I want to know what y'all feel about that. Please check in. I also want to highlight this comment because it goes back to us talking about how she was handling this whole thing, and how, you know, she just had to handle them. Chauncey said, you know, as Black, and this is true for a lot of us as Black women. Listen, I deal with this daily in my profession, in my world. And I can tell you, people will come at you like you short, like, you know,
like
they're giving you the like
exactly.
Yeah, like people will come
looking at me like I'm short.
And so what I've just found as a Black woman, that you have to find your way to navigate that with tact, with class. And so I got to highlight this because Chauncey said you have to be a professional ass. You got to look classy while telling them you're stupid professionally. And that's so true. Like,
well, you know, Chauncey is an HR professional too. So he knows that from another space.
Yes, listen, you got to cuss them out and they going to walk away and then they don't even realize they've been cussed
be like,
out.
Thank you.
Right, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you been cussed out. You don't even realize.
Right. You are so right. Thank you. Put that in my development plan. Stop being an asshole.
Yeah. See.
No, but seriously, that's so true, so true. And she handled herself.
Yeah, you make us proud, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Listen, you make us proud, Black woman, and we stand with you. We thank you, Cory Booker, for that moment, and just standing with a sister and understanding. And we need more of those moments for one another, for Black men, Black women. Okay. Yeah, so let's get to it. We got some ladies that we want to talk about. We're going to go into our list of our baddies, bosses, and beauties, women who stand out. These are women that we personally handpicked. And we are going to talk about personally from our perspectives why we selected these women, and why we consider them honorees of Her Voice podcast on our Baddies, Bosses, and Beauties, and what they mean to us and what we've learned from them and what we gather, whatever tidbits that we can give you.
And just offering some insights, you know, why we chose them, some interesting facts about them. But we also want to hear from you too. You know, we have our list, but I'm sure you have your list also. So, you know, we want this to be engaging. So drop names in the chat. We would love to hear from you, who you thought you would put on this list and why. Because, you know, we took a lot of time into thinking about, you know, women that we felt shaped history and women who have had impacts in our lives, women we admire, who, you know, paved the way for us, but also who have really been the standard, you know, in our opinions. So let's jump into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Baddies. Who are the baddies?
Okay, so baddies. So baddies, the baddies that when we talk about baddies, we are talking about women who have had philanthropic endeavors, like in their field, their research, their giving, their intellectual thought. They have just been at the top of their game. And so I had to start with who I call the original soul sister. And that is dedicated to Miss Angela Davis herself. Just because she is, you know, what could I say about Angela Davis? So I have seen her in person. I've gone to, oh my goodness, by now I probably have gone to at least 3 lectures of Angela Davis, and I've seen her in several capacities, and I have always just been in awe of her. First of all, let me say I love her fro. She's still rocking the fro to this day. So the fro that you have been accustomed to seeing images of her back in the 70s and all that, if you go and see her sit under her lecture, you're probably going to see that same afro. But I think, you know, when I think of Angela Davis, she is a political activist. She's a philosopher, and she's an intellectual. She's an academic. She's a scholar. She's well researched, and she's all of these things. So if you look her up, you're going to see all of these things, these research, all of these wonderful things that she has done. But when you look back at her past and what she's linked to and being linked to the Black Panther Party, and you know, being a political prisoner, and at one time she was on the FBI's most wanted list, like all of these things that we would tend to look at and think of as negative, still we can still attach to her name political activist, philosopher, academic, scholar, author. And so and she's so elegant in speech. And I get the times, I get the 60s and the 70s when the Black Panther movement and what it was all about. And so I get why she would have been heavily involved and she would have been a leader because of just how elegant she is in speech. But I'm just I learned so much from her in terms of, I think the number one thing is that you can have this past that we probably often think of as a negative past, you know, by society standards, but the woman is bad.
Yeah.
She's just bad. And so that's why I look at Angela Davis as a baddie. So
when you talk about taking a negative past and turning it into something positive, that's what I think about when I think about the next baddie on our list. And that's Sabrina Fulton. That's a bad woman.
Yes.
That woman, you know, and I hope you all know who that is. It's Trayvon Martin's mother. And she has truly turned tragedy into triumph. Like she has taken her pain and made it like her power, through her political activism and through, you know, she ran for a political office, and she's now an author, and she's, you know, went to school and furthered her education, and the speaker, and she takes the time to minister to other mothers who have lost their children tragically. That woman, her to take something like that and have such a big heart and continue to give, because that could certainly make somebody crumble, or that I could not imagine being in her shoes and having something like that happen. I'm a mother, you're a bonus mom, and not for a moment did she sit down and say, you know what, I'm gonna sit in this and y'all handle it. I mean, she has been out there since the day.
She turned her pain into purpose, right?
Exactly.
And we often consider her the birth of the movement. She is the launch and the start of what we consider, I guess now, the Black Lives Matter movement.
Black Lives Matter.
I remember very early on, both of us living in Indy, we both marched.
Yeah, we got a picture somewhere on Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll post it to the page.
That was our first act of. It was the first case that made us feel it activated something and triggered something in our young hearts.
And we showed up in our hoodies with our Skittles and our tea, and we marched. And we haven't stopped, working towards to close the gap on those inequities. I can't even talk, but
just in a different way.
Powerful woman.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm getting all emotional thinking about her. I'm like, oh. But
powerful woman. And she pledged Delta Sigma Theta not too long ago.
Yes, recently. That was a good pick.
Yeah. Okay, so Stacey Abrams is the next person on our list, and I know you can help me talk about her. Stacey Abrams. Listen, this is what I want to say.
We saved the nation, okay?
She saved the nation. There were so many memes that was out about how she saved the voting system, particularly in Georgia.
Absolutely.
Hey, Trump had a very personal vendetta against her in the state of Georgia. But she has done a phenomenal job in just restructuring and revamping the Georgia's voting system. One woman alone. And she's a standard of awesome. Listen, I would not be if she comes on the ballot again.
I would check it twice.
Yeah.
I would check it twice. And I also attributed to her, even if it was for a short period of time, that we attribute the way that this election turned out to her credit, right? And in that, there was a positive light that was shining on Black women for a period of time. Like, man, Black women, y'all dope, right?
Yeah.
And then, like all things, they have short memory spans, but we were like, yeah, we've been carrying, y'all on our backs for a long time.
We vote in record numbers.
We start businesses in record numbers. We graduate from college in record numbers.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's okay. It's okay to celebrate. It's okay to celebrate.
Right. Yeah.
Stacey Abrams. Okay, who's next on the list? Who's next on our baddies list? One more baddie.
We got so many. I would love to talk about even, this trailblazer, Ruby Bridges.
Okay. Yes.
The 6-year-old Ruby Bridges.
Tell them who Ruby Bridges is. Somebody don't know who Ruby Bridges.
I mean, Ruby Bridges is attributed to advancing the civil rights movement. She was the first African-American student to integrate school. So when you see those pictures of a little girl being escorted into the school with her mother and federal marshals, 2 federal marshals. That's her. That is her. And, she walked past crowds of vicious children and adults yelling slurs. They had baby dolls, black baby dolls in coffins. They, even in the school system, like the teachers, they didn't want to teach her. Nobody would sit with her at lunch or play with her. And she went every day past those crowds and did well in school, and even up until until her death, she was still, even up until like I want to say like the late 80s, she was still an activist.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about me, right? 6-year-old me.
What are we doing at 6, girl?
Right. At 6 years old to endure that and to have the weight of that. And she wasn't the only child during that time that had to endure that, because there was a lot of integration going on at that time. But she was definitely the first, or one of the first, and the most publicized, just like, Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks wasn't the only person to sit, in the front of the bus. I mean, it was a movement, right?
Right.
But 6 years old. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
The
fear, the what she must have felt. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And all because her parents wanted her to have a great, like all of us, we want our kids to have a great education. And they were, hesitant at first to allow her to attend. But it just adds to the value of education, because we went through so much. Our ancestors and sacrificed so much and endured so much so that we could have quality education. So it's not something that should be taken lightly. It's not something that we should just throw aside. It's to be taken very seriously and pursued with vigor, right? Because we risked a lot, we sacrificed a lot, we gave a lot. Some people gave their lives.
Yeah.
Just,
just to be able to read. Yeah.
Don't get
too heavy on.
Education is your passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Okay, come on with the quotes, girl. Come on. With the 2022. Yes.
Malcolm X.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's so,
let's go. Bosses. Let's move into
bosses. We like them both, though.
Right. Okay. Bosses.
Yeah.
I like this boss. This next boss. I've always liked this boss. She's a boss. Rihanna. Yeah.
Rihanna.
So we move into the bosses. Rihanna. What do we like about Rihanna?
Girl, even my mama likes Rihanna. My mama cracks me up. She's like, "Oh, what's that one girl I like with the panties?" She's singing Rihanna. My mom is, y'all, if you don't know, my mom is hilarious. My mom quotes rappers, and she likes Mos Def and Ice Cube. But yeah, my mom loves Rihanna.
Yeah. Your mama like hip hop. Yeah,
definitely. But so this dynasty, I'm gonna call it a dynasty, Jay-Z, right? That she has built for herself. Through just the creation of all these entities, from the makeup to what she's,
yes,
she is the definition of like, somebody takes some money and they flip it, right? Yeah, and then they grow it and then they flip it.
Yeah. She didn't flip. She did
billionaire
alone. Yeah.
And now she's having her baby. So she's doing everything her way. I think it's something to be admired. Now Rihanna, she started out kind of rough around the edges, but that's okay.
But you know what? That's why I like Rihanna.
Yeah.
Maybe because I like rough around the edges. I don't know. Maybe because I'm rough around the edges. I like Rihanna has never changed. I feel like she's never changed who she was. I feel like she's
Yeah.
always been a bit unpolished, but she is who she is, and she's been consistent. And I like Rihanna. I've liked her music,
Yeah.
and I just think she's bossy. I like Fenty. Fenty does me well. I like Fenty.
I love her makeup.
Yeah.
I've never tried any of her lingerie line or anything, but you
Neither.
remember back in the day, Rihanna used to argue with people on Twitter, and this one girl was like, "Why is her hair nappy?" And she was like, "Cause I'm black, B."
That was way back in the day. That was
Yeah,
before
that's
millionaires
the
had
rumor.
Rihanna, right?
But she's a boss. What's her
Yeah.
mojito?
She a boss. She's definitely a boss. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next boss, Madam C.J. Walker. We had to go way back and throw a boss in there because
Yeah.
we think about the first woman, the first Black woman to be on her money. There probably was some others before, but in the beauty industry that we as Black women are connoisseurs of, because our hair, this ain't mine, but I bought
You
it.
paid for it.
Yes, it's an extension of
Me
mine.
either.
Right. But I'm just saying the beauty industry and how much we pump into the beauty industry. And she just made a big mark on the beauty industry, and she was the first Black woman millionaire. And she beat out the competition, and we owe her as a marquee in Black women beauty. I guess I should say, yeah, because you can go anywhere now and see our products on the shelves. You can go. We were surprised when they first got Black hair care products in Target, right? Like that was big for us, and now you can go anywhere and you can get our
Ulta. I went to, not Ulta. What's the name of that place? Sally's. I went to Sally's and they had a whole section. They never had our hair care products in Sally's.
Yeah.
Now they have like almost a whole wall at the Sally's near me in Virginia.
Yeah. Because Black women can't be denied. Hey, this is a challenge for everybody. If you, for every woman, if you know of a Black owned beauty supply in your area, patronize it, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. We pump billions.
On everything.
Yeah. We pump billions into the hair care industry and the beauty industry, and it goes into the pockets, into the hands of others. But when we have an opportunity to put money into our hands, why not?
Yes, keep circulating it through the community.
Yep.
Absolutely.
The next
one on our list, I got to represent for my soror, Rosalind Brewer, soror Roz. And I first really learned about her and her career when she became COO of Starbucks. And, you and I, we have, some intersectionality in what we do in HR with diversity, equity, inclusion. So she happened to be COO when Starbucks was having a lot of diversity and inclusion upset. She was attributed to turning, that tide at Starbucks. But currently,
around the time where people was getting arrested in Starbucks for just sitting there waiting on the friends.
Yeah. You remember? Yeah, that was interesting. But so she developed a strategy to come, they shut down Starbucks, and they were like, no coffee today.
Right.
We're gonna train y'all how to act right.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna have a DEI day. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. But she's since left Starbucks, and now she is the CEO at Walgreens.
Okay.
And she is one of only 2 Black CEOs at a Fortune 500 company.
Okay.
I think you can appreciate that she did graduate from University of Chicago School of Business. So
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
And she was ranked number 27 out of the most powerful women in the world for Fortune magazine in 2020. That same year, Forbes ranked her 48th for of the most powerful women, 100 powerful women in the world, not the city, but the world, Craig.
Okay, Miss Rosalind, boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Such a boss. Such a
Yes.
boss.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, our next boss, and I don't want to mess up sister's name, so I'm gonna say it slow, okay?
Okay.
Foloronzo Alakinja. Okay.
Mm.
Foloronza Alakinja. And pardon me if I mess it up, but she is a Nigerian billionaire, businesswoman, philanthropist. She's involved in fashion, oil. Listen,
All the things. Investing.
yes, investments, fashion, oil, real estate, print industry. She's the group managing director of the Rose of Sharon Group, which is promotions, executive vice chairman of Thafma Oil Limited. She is the second most powerful woman in Africa. And so, we had to represent for women in the motherland. And so, Miss Alakinja is doing things in investing. And so she is the second most powerful woman in Africa, but the 87th most powerful woman in the world, according to Forbes. And so she's a boss. She's a boss. They've been doing it over in Nigeria.
I also read that she and her husband founded the Rose of Sharon Foundation to
Yeah.
help widows and children of widows and orphans find resources for themselves and their children to get skills and training, and they even give them grants and interest-free loans to help them with their living situation. They give scholarships and all types of things.
It's
So
a
go
lot of
ahead on.
work. Okay,
Go ahead
sis.
on, Apostle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look her up, y'all. Look her up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's our next woman? I think this is one of your ladies.
Well, I chose her because I can appreciate how she became the boss that she is. So Janice Bryant Howroyd, she's the founder of Act One Group, and coming from the HR space, I can appreciate that Act One, they provide employment and workforce management solutions and procurement solutions for Fortune 500 organizations. And I can also appreciate that she's an HBCU grad. So she went to North Carolina A&T,
Yeah.
and she's a boss in that realm. There's it's you have to keep an eye on the HR professionals that do it big, right? So
yes,
for her to come out of that, the Act One Group, and do what she does for Fortune 500 companies, she has definitely paved the way for women like me and you.
Great. Okay. Howroyd. Okay. Let's move over to some beauties. And beauties represent all of our ladies who are doing it big, who are making some powerful impacts in the arts, in the sports, in the entertainment spaces. And so we're going to start off with our beauties, my soror, Miss Angela Bassett. What can I say about Miss Angela Bassett? Look, at 60 something, she is fierce. Body is lean, arms like pow. I can only hope and wish and pray to be half as beautiful as she is at her age. And she is just a thespian at what she does, which just means she's an expert. Over the years of watching her in all of her roles, I think what stands out for me, listen, she embodied Tina Turner. You would have thought you was watching Tina Turner on, in person.
Yeah, like that was her. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just has brought so much to the big screen, and she does it with so much grace and so much style. and so much class. And I just love how strong she is, and that she just represents us so well. So well. Yeah.
Yeah, my I think number one pick, and for me, she's probably the beauty standard, is Lupita. Let me get it right. Nyong'o, is that right?
Yes, girl. Yes.
Just regal, just
Yes.
melanin, just
Yes.
queen. Yeah,
Yes.
right. Just
Yes.
everything about her presence, her smile, her the way the way she moves, her features, just she just looks, to me, for me, she looks like an empress. She looks,
Yes.
yeah, I think like she is the beauty standard. When I think of um, fashion, and when you think of editorial, and supermodel, that
Mhm.
to me, like that's her. And I
Yeah.
know that she doesn't feel that way about herself all the time. And
But
I
she
know,
is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. She
absolutely,
is like drop dead gorgeous. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, who gonna check her? Nobody.
Yeah.
Even on her worst day, nobody.
I mean, her facial features and her structure,
Yeah.
just in looking at pictures now, is just, she definitely, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. And she owns the room. Whatever room she steps in, I've noticed, like when I've watched her at times, when during her seasons, when she's been in front of the camera, she owns that room.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
nobody that can touch her. Nobody.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. Okay, so
Now,
this next,
go ahead.
huh?
You go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already know
Okay.
what you're gonna
Let me preface this next beauty, because okay, this next beauty, this is the only woman. So me and my husband have had a discussion. This is the only woman in the world that I said you could have a crush on, because
say.
she's my girl crush too. And I feel like we are like connected in spirit, and
Mhm.
we are one and the same in a lot of ways, and we have like the same aura. But yes, if my husband were to ever have a girl crush, and to be digging on somebody, and to be looking at some woman with, any kind of admiration, I would allow it to be this woman. And that is the Miss Jill Scott. I love me some Jill Scott. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you love about Jill Scott?
Oh my gosh. I love that she loves herself. I
Yes.
love that she embraces her curves. I
Yes.
love that she is a sexual being. I
Yes.
love that she has a softness about her.
Femininity. Yes. Yes.
Yes, I love that. But she still can, right?
Mm, mm. Yes.
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 I love that she embraces all of it. We talk about like natural beauty. Like she can
Mm-hmm.
be all done up and gorgeous, but she can be Jilly from Philly,
Yeah.
right? With her
Mm-hmm.
natural hair and
Yeah.
a fresh face, and she's still just absolutely stunning. I love
Yeah.
that she's not out here trying to be on no crash diet, trying to fit into nobody's box.
Yes.
Love that
Yes.
about her. I could go
Yes.
on and on. I love me some Jill Scott. Every time,
You
and her
nailed it.
voice, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We won't even talk about the
truly,
voice. Listen, Jill Scott, there are a few people that when they come in concert, and you know me, I'm a big music person. I love live music. If there's a concert, I'm probably gonna want to be there, especially if it's my what I consider my my lane of music, what I love. And I love neo soul, I love hip hop, I love, R&B and gospel, but
mhm.
mostly hip hop and neo soul. So if she come in town, I'm going.
Every
it's
time.
every
It
time.
can never be enough.
It don't matter how many
It
times
don't
I've seen
matter.
her.
You saw
I'm
it
gonna
12
go.
times. I don't care. I'm going.
Yeah. But you hit the nail on the head as to all the reasons why I love her. And she exudes sex appeal, and it and it lets you know that it's okay. It's okay to exude sex appeal, but do so with class. And it's okay to embrace your curves. You don't have all of it. Listen, all of us ain't meant to be no size 5.
Mm-mm.
I'm never gonna see that size. I don't know if I've ever
Don't
seen
even want to. I just don't want to.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen that size, and I'm probably gonna not ever see that size. But embrace what you have, take care of what you have, and embrace your sex appeal.
Yeah.
Embrace it, and it's okay to exude it with class and demure and poise. Yeah, I love me some Jill Scott.
Jill Scott is so much the standard that when I was single, if I would meet a guy and you do online dating or whatever, and I would say, "What do you think of Jill Scott?" And if they didn't have a crush on Jill Scott, I'm not your type.
Yeah,
I'm not your type.
right.
You like who? Stacey Dash. Okay, keep it moving.
Because I'm Jill Scott sister. I'm Jill Scott reincarnated.
She's one of our cousins, right?
Yeah, she's one of our cousins.
Right.
Yeah, Jill Scott, get at me, girl.
Yeah, right. Philly ain't that far. Come on, we can meet up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. These next ones, I'm gonna let you handle those. I'm gonna let you go over those because you were passionate about those people.
Well, you know what? So these next beauties, and we're gonna not bunch them all together, but we're gonna name them together. So that's Simone Biles, Naomi Osaka, Gabby Douglas. They're athletic. Yes, they're athletes, and young Black women who have been at the top of their athletic game, and they have been at the top of their athletic game in the face of discrimination, ridicule from the public. At one point, Naomi was ridiculed because she needed a mental health break. Simone Biles and Gabby there's been issues centered around their hair. But they're athletes, right? And they have athletic builds, and they've been at the top of their game. And so I just admire and respect these young ladies because it is not easy being in the public eye at such a young age. These ladies entered into an arena, an athletic field, the Olympics, in front of a world stage at 14, 15, very, very young age, at a very young age, and learning about themselves, and in the age of puberty, and all of those things and emotions that you go through, and then having to face public scrutiny as well. And so I just think, they're beautiful. And is it Simone or Gabby? One of them is getting ready to get married. Is it Simone?
I think it's Simone.
I think, Simone is getting ready to get married now. We watched her grow up before the public eye. And I just I just think they're so deserving of honors because it's not easy to live your life and face scrutiny, because we are not the standard of beauty and all of these other things in front of the public eye in the way that we often have to face.
Yeah. And then just, paying homage to those who were the standards of beauty before our time, right? Like the Lena Hornes and
yeah.
Ella Fitzgerald and oh my goodness, Eartha Kitt, girl.
Yeah. We don't give her enough props.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was another one that exuded sex appeal. Yeah.
Who else?
Janet Jackson.
She's still gorgeous.
Yes.
Okay, GI, represent for Gary, Janet.
Yeah, GI, yeah. That was me doing my is that control?
Yeah. Did she talk to like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yeah,
I
did something wrong.
Well, we all had. Listen, that was our era. That Rhythm Nation. We all had the hat and the jacket. Yeah.
Y'all had the Janet Jackson braids back in the 90s. Yes.
Yeah, poetic justice braids.
And they're back.
Yes. Yeah.
Who else was a beauty back in the day? So many. We've had so many beautiful Black women to grace the screen. Oh, you know, I gotta say, you know, even those that we probably don't traditionally think of as beauty, because I'm a person that looks at the spirit and the heart. But you know, I gotta sometimes represent for that hip hop stuff. So I'm gonna say like Mary J. Blige. She was one that has come through trials and tribulations and low
Yeah.
self-esteem and things like that, and she had to grow into a Good Morning Gorgeous song where
Yeah.
she was able to even look in the mirror. And I remember having those times myself when I'm like, I couldn't even look myself in the mirror because I didn't like what I saw, or you know, I wasn't able to, you know, deal with what I saw in the mirror. So
Yeah.
so many.
Speaking of beautiful spirits, I would add Loretta Devine. It's
Loretta
something calming about her. And obviously we don't know her personally, but it's just something calming about her spirit that I really adore her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loretta Devine.
So many. I mean, we could be here all night.
Old Viv or new Viv.
Oh. You know what? No, old Viv.
Oh yeah.
Although I do like the Viv. Have you been watching Bel Air? I like the Viv
I
on
haven't.
this remake of Bel Air. I like that Viv. Watch it, check it out. It's on Peacock. I like
Well,
it.
I'm gonna shout out Megan Good too. She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I
she's
really love
gorgeous.
Megan Good.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of beauty.
So
I mean,
many.
again, we could go on and on.
Yeah.
It's all about women of the movement.
My cousin Nikki. Yeah.
Hey, girl. Yes, it's my cousin Missy. Yes.
I ain't got on no makeup. Thank you, girl.
Ruby Woo today.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's our list. We've made it through our list of baddies, bosses, and beauties in honor of women of the movement. So yeah, that's our list. And I think, you know, we're kind of nearing the end here. So I think a good way to just kind of wrap things up for us, um, unless there, you know, we get some comments or something from our audience, but how do you want to be remembered? So I'll let you answer that. How do you want it to be remembered? What will be your legacy?
You know, I participated in an interview for a show called Word of Mouth, and we were talking about, you know, how we got into our field, in my field of, you know, HR and coaching. And I was like, I understood the assignment, right? I understood the assignment on my life. And I recognize that, like, for me, I consider myself to be an entrepreneur. You know, I dabble in a lot of stuff. But it all is grounded in service.
Yep.
Everything I do, from, you know, my work, what I do for my friends, my sorority, service to all mankind, right? And that's what I want my legacy to be. I want my legacy to be that I left someone better off. I helped somebody to be better off than when I found them, right? So my impact in your life, it helped you grow, it helped you learn, it helped you develop, it helped you see you in some sort of way. So everything that I do, from, you know, the affiliations that I have, my business, what I do for my family and friends, it's all connected back to service. And that's how I want to be remembered, as the person who connected me with someone, the person who helped me with my resume, the person who helped me, you know, discover my goals, or tap into my power, my purpose. And if I do that, then I've understood the assignment and the assignment on my life, and then I can leave this earth and say, you know, hopefully the Lord say, job well done.
Yeah. I like that. I love that. Yeah, that actually patterns a lot of my. That's why you my cousin, girl. That's why the Lord put us together, girl. Because I you know, I express the same sentiments. My thoughts is, what will my legacy be? How do I want to remember? I always want to be remembered as someone who, when you my presence, you always felt better leaving. I don't ever want to be a person that I'm a big believer in energy and how you make a person feel, and that energy is transferable, and we can put different terms on it, and things of that nature. But I always want people to leave my presence with having felt a good and positive energy.
Yes. And you do.
And having a sense of, and being encouraged. I'm an encourager by nature. That's my gift, and probably my calling. And so I just want to encourage folks to live their best lives, to feel their best, to do their best. And if I do that, then that means, again, I've understood the assignment. I've done my job.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
In the comments on my page, one of the hosts of Word of Mouth, Dina Jefferson, says she wants to be remembered as a person who changed lives through mentorship and loving people.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Dina.
Yes.
Yep. So what else we got? We're rooting for everybody Black. We do want to highlight rooting for everybody Black. So this episode we want to recognize the Bloom Project. They're a nonprofit organization that offers group mentoring, college preparation, service learning, character development, and career exploration opportunities. Right now, Bloom Project services Indianapolis, Indiana, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. So in their mission, they work with young males, which is so needed, ages 12 to 18 for secondary education and their knowledge within a career pathway. So they were founded by a beautiful and powerful Black woman, my sorority sister, Arnetta Scruggs. Yeah. She's the executive director, and she named the Bloom Project after her grandfather, Ezell Bloom Stevens. He was someone who gave back in this way to the community. So the motivation behind the Bloom Project was to continue his family legacy for helping others. So to learn more about the Bloom Project, you can log on to their website, bloomprojectinc.org. That's BLOOMPROJECTINC.org.
Right. And we will get that posted on Her Voice podcast page. Yeah. Yeah. Bloom Project. I remember when Bloom Project first initiated, and it has grown and is very successful and very impactful for the community. So
they have this wonderful platform called the King's Feast. The King's Feast, and it's just showcase all these young men just doing well and really highlighting their accomplishments that they've achieved throughout the mentorship program. So yeah, great work, Arnetta.
Yes. All right, great work, Arnetta. Great work, Missy.
Great work, Nikki.
All right.
And this is our birthday month.
Yes. Oh, girl, how could I forget that?
This is our birthday month.
We celebrate the whole month. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
We are March baby Pisces. Yes.
Yeah. Our birthdays are only 9 days apart.
9 days apart.
We turn up all month.
all month. Yes. I'll see you in some weeks to come.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on to the district.
We will see our cousins in some weeks to come. Stay tuned for our next episode of Her Voice podcast. Tell us what you think of tonight's episode. Just because we end the episode doesn't mean you can't continue to chat and tell us what you think and talk about some of the topics that we talked about today, how we honored Women's History Month, and those women who we personally have found that have made impacts in our community or have been impactful to us. So we thank you for joining tonight. Anything else you want to say? Any final thoughts before we head out? Oh, yes. You always got to tell them where to go see us. Yes. You can visit and listen to our tonight's episode and previous episodes on our website, www. You told me not to say that no more, didn't you?
I sure did.
Yes, NikkiandMissy.com.
You sound so over 40.
I know. That's right. Or you can email us at info@NikkiandMissy.com. You can check us out on all social media platforms, Nikki and Missy. Until we see you again, we will see you soon.
See you at the cookout, cousins.
See you at the.
Hey, yo. Ladies coming to the scene with the knowledge that's it. Spitting nothing but the facts and it's about to be lit. See, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah. Sit back and take a listen, cause the teaching and course, they share a passion and a talent, a human resource. See, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah. Empowering ladies with a voice, and it's about to be fire. Did I forget to mention that they're both from GI? Let me hear you say, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah.